Hi, my name is Jasmine.
My name is Elliot.
Welcome to our latest show focusing on work-based learning for young people in Preston.
In this programme we will see live music performances from our school placements and film clips of our latest documentary.
For the past 8 weeks, we've been looking into the provisions of work-based learning for young people in and around Preston. We've been trying to find out if there's a lack of resources available for young people that are excluded from the more traditional education.
Our research found that on an international scale, the UK performs poorly in comparison to other countries on 16 to 18-year-olds who are not in education, employment or training, also known as NEET.
Statistics show that at the end of 2010, at least 190,000 young people between the age of 16 and 18 years were NEET, which is 16% of this age group's population. Being NEET at this age is associated with negative outcomes later in life. Some of these including unemployment, reduced earnings, poor health and possibly depression.
These outcomes will have a cost for both the individual and the economy. Over the last 12 months, CSV here in Preston has positively helped over 330 young people aged 11 to 25 in a variety of activities.
75% of these people has successfully progressed into volunteering, further learning or employment. And CSV's Preston is currently working with and helping 70 young people aged 14 to 19 gain formal and informal accreditations in a variety of levels and subjects. Coming up in the show, we have interviews with some of our special guests, some short videos for you to enjoy. We will also be looking into the old post office in Preston. Why? Stay tuned to find out. And also we have live performances.
Starting now with our first performance of the show, please give a warm welcome to Rebecca.
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again? Do you ever feel so paper thin, like a house of cards, one blow from caving in? Do you ever feel already buried deep, 6 feet under screams, but no one seems to hear a thing? Do you know that there's still a chance for you, 'cause there's this spark in you just gotta ignite the light, let it shine, just own the night, like the 4th of July. 'Cause baby, you're a firework, come on, show 'em what you're worth, make 'em go as you shoot across the sky. Baby, you're a firework, come on, let your colors burst, make 'em go as you leave 'em all in You don't have to feel like a wasted space. You're original, cannot be replaced. If you only knew what the future holds, after a hurricane comes a rainbow. Maybe your reason why all the doors are closed, so you could open one that leads you to the perfect road. Like a lightning bolt, your heart will glow, and when it's time you'll know, you just gotta ignite the light, let it shine, just own the night, like the 4th of July. 'Cause baby, you're a
was a great performance by Rebecca, thank you. Now let's move on to our first film clip and hear some opinions from the public on the topic of work-based learning.
What kind of programs do you think young people may have for learning apart from the traditional formal education?
I think aren't there apprenticeships that people can do also? I know that there's some people I know that are doing GCSEs, but instead of doing formal kind of GCSEs, they're doing like hairdressing apprenticeships and stuff like that. So I heard that they're available.
Getting them involved in work experience would be a good thing.
Have you ever felt excluded from school?
Yeah, because I'm dyslexic. I found it really difficult.
I don't feel excluded from school, but it's a lot harder. Like my children went to the same high school as I went to, and it's scary.
Do you know of any work-based learning opportunities in Preston?
No, I don't. Actually?
Not any specific places, because I've been around as a student for about 6 months now.
Have you ever been involved with work-based learning?
I did an apprenticeship, modern apprenticeship, when I was 16, came straight out of school, but I sorted that out myself, and apart from that, no.
I actually get involved with companies like Kinetic, Lancashire County Council, trying to get more apprentices, encouraging my boss, educating him to employ young children, 16 to 18 year olds, which is difficult at the moment because all he wants is guys who are in the 40s because they've got the more experience, but you've got to get these youngsters. How are they going to learn if they don't get in manufacturing companies or anything, you see?
I think it's important to have work-based learning centres.
Yeah, I think it is important because it offers people sometimes a different route. Rather than just sit down in a classroom all day, it can teach you great deal of skills and more sort of life skills as well. So.
Yeah, important, especially because it's hard to get jobs without kind of experience, and those kind of things give you experience. So you definitely need it because you need more than qualifications nowadays.
I think it's an opportunity for anyone to get involved.
I think it's more important that they should have these places where you can continue your education if they want to.
Yeah, definitely. Because everyone's going to uni and coming out with like the same qualifications, so there'll be like 50 people fighting over the same job. So it's going to be tricky, isn't it? But, yeah.
Do you think formal education encourages some young people to feel excluded?
Yeah, I think it can. It has. I think I don't like the streaming as well, the sets that people do and the way they're put into them. I think there's a lot of things that could be changed about the education system at high school level, especially.
I think, yeah, in some cases, yeah. I mean, it depends the type of person you are.
It's just kind of too much the norm. Too much like you go to school, you go to college, you go to university, you just do as everyone else does, and no one gives you any other option, sort of thing. So.
Well, that was very interesting, but what do the professionals have to say? Later we're going to hear from Ian Phillips, former teacher, and now 14 to 19-year-old advisor of Lancashire County Council. But first of all, here in the studio with us now, from Preston Vocational Centre, we have Peter. Welcome, Peter, and thanks for coming to the programme.
Hi,
Peter. Could you please tell us a little about what it is that you do at your organisation?
Well, we run courses with various groups, from NEET groups right through the school, District 6 schools. We also work with Larches House. We do courses for ex-offenders, unemployed. We work right through the spectrum. The courses we do are in the construction industry, painting and decorating, bricklaying and joinery. It's a basic course which we're looking to draw the children in to employment through the courses we run and take their skills further.
In your opinion, how important is work-based learning for excluded teens?
I think it's very important because one of the reasons, personally, I think children don't do so well at school is because they don't understand the link into employment, and the skills they're learning with us draws them into maths and English and makes them realise the requirement for that. So I think it's very important.
Do you think work-based learning is beneficial for those excluded from formal education?
Yeah, as I was just saying, they get drawn into what they're doing. If it turns the right switches on in the individual, it does draw them in. A lot of the children we get in at our place, they've never succeeded in anything. They've never been told they're doing well. if you give them that encouragement, it's got to be good for them. It gives them self-confidence.
What more do you think could be done to make services like here we have at CSV and that you have at PVC more accessible for 14 to 19-year-olds work-based learning centres?
Well, as we all know, funding's very important, getting the money in. We actually self-fund at Preston Vocational Centre by taking schools in and different organisations, and that's where we draw with funding from, and it's very difficult at the moment with the present climate.
Do you think it is important to make the most of the unused city centre premises to provide work-based learning centres and facilities for young people such as the old post office?
Well, if the buildings are there and they're not being used, yeah, but you've got to take into consideration that they are fit for purpose, and when you do receive funding from various areas, you don't want that building to be a drain on your funding. The funding's there for the children to progress. So as long as the building's fit for purpose, yeah, why not?
Well, thank you very much, Peter. Can we please have a round of applause for Peter? Next, we're going to hear from Lancashire County Council's 14 to 19-year-old advisor, Mr. Ian Phillips. Here is a short film that we have made earlier with Ian in the month.
Hello and welcome to our interview. I'm Amy from Larches House School and this is Charlotte also from Larches House School.
Hi, thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for coming and please could you introduce yourself?
My name's Ian Phillips. I work for Lancashire County Council. I work as a 14 to 19 advisor, which means I travel the whole of Lancashire working with schools, colleges, training providers, and what I'm trying to do is get the best provision for young people across Lancashire.
What work-based learning opportunities are available for young people in Preston?
At the moment we've got a range of different things on offer. The first is we've got hairdressing and beauty provision at the salon on the Ashton site. We've got construction provision available at the Preston Vocational Centre. There's a range of options available at Preston College. On top of that, we have put in place work-based opportunities for youngsters through apprenticeship schemes. However, there isn't enough available out there and we need to do something about that.
If government funds were made more available, what other aspects of learning or employment could you see being beneficial?
What we'd like to be able to do is to give young people the opportunity to sample things, which means provide access and provide the flexibility so that you're not just being pushed in one direction. Because we accept that most young people cannot actually make up their mind what they want to do until they reach the age of 16, 18, 19, 20 and so on. So what we would like to do with the funding is to provide the opportunities for young people to access and sample different things across, for example, Preston, so that they can make up their mind for what they want for the future in terms of their job, their skills, what they're good at, and then work out what their future career might be.
Do you think there are enough opportunities for young people, specifically those excluded and at risk of exclusion from mainstream education, to be involved in work-based learning environments?
No, I don't. I think part of the problem at the moment is that the reason that young people get excluded is they have their own sort of personal social issues, and we don't necessarily pick those up in schools quickly enough. The result being that if we did pick them up quickly enough and we did offer those young people the right type of provision, I think more and more young people will be happier, they would be willing to learn and see the reasons for learning, and that would mean that we wouldn't necessarily have to put more provision on post-16.
Thank you for your time and answering our questions. It's been a pleasure speaking to you.
And thank you very much indeed for your interview. It's been excellent. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ian. Next we have another live performance, this time from the youth music participants and pupils of the Fleetwood McKee Centre. Please give a warm welcome to Sophie, Chantel and Iani performing a cover of Break Even by The Script.
but I'm barely breathing. Just pray to a God that I don't believe in. 'Cause I got time while she got freedom. 'Cause when a heart breaks, no it don't break even. The best days were some of my worst. She's not with a man that's gonna put her first. Well, I'm wide awake, she's no trouble sleeping. 'Cause when a heart breaks, no it don't break even. No. What am I supposed to do when the best part of me was always you? And what am I supposed to say when I'm all choked up and you're okay? I'm falling to pieces. I'm falling to pieces. They say bad things happen for a reason, but no wise word's gonna stop the bleeding. 'Cause she's moved on while I'm still grieving. 'Cause when a heart breaks, no it don't break even. No. What am I gonna do when the best part of me was always you? And what am I supposed to say when I'm all choked up and you're okay? I'm falling to pieces. I'm falling to pieces. I'm falling to pieces. One's still in love while the other one's leaving. 'Cause when a heart breaks, no it don't break even. Oh, you got his heart and my heart and none of the pain. You took your suitcase, I took the blame. Now we're trying to make sense of what little remains. Oh, 'cause you left me with no love and no love to my name. Still alive but I'm barely breathing. Just pray to a God that I don't believe in. 'Cause I got time while she got freedom. 'Cause when a heart breaks, no it don't break. No it don't break, no it don't break even. What am I gonna do when the best part of me was always you? And what am I supposed to say when I'm all choked up and you're okay? I'm falling to pieces. I'm falling to pieces. I'm falling to pieces. One's still in love while the other one's leaving. I'm falling to pieces. 'Cause when a heart breaks, no it don't break even.
Thank you girls, that was great. And that also brings us to the end of part 1. Thanks for watching and we will be right back after this short break.